Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you're doing fine. So today, as you know, we have a review, but before reviewing, I would like to solve the last night's test questions for you. Um, Sorry, I actually closed the application. So Mama Sasoran tested you, the second cohort and the first cohort together, as well as the current literacy beneficiaries. Approximately about 170 something students or beneficiaries, they participated in the test, but unfortunately only about 8 to 10 people actually submitted their answer correctly, which is not disappointing. It was expected. Okay. So let me remember. Yeah. First of all, I'm gonna go and download the photo because I don't have it. This one. I can just copy image. Okay, we know that for GIMP we can use that. Then we go to file and open, actually from create from clipboard because I copied it. So the first thing that I can do is use what? I can use select by color tool. I'm gonna click on the background, which is white, because I want to first remove the background. Okay, now I can press delete on the keyboard. Now I don't have the background anymore. As for coloring the words or the letters, let's say, we can do it to like we have two ways to do it. First, which this is what Mom Sassoran did for the morning beneficiaries. You can use what? You can use the fuzzy select tool, okay? For example, you're gonna select the W and then you're gonna go to the bucket. Then for the color, you should write the name of the color right here, okay? But because I don't have the question with me, I'm just gonna assume this writing was a yellow color and this one was a red color. So I'm gonna go and select a yellow color right here, maybe this. Let me see the chat. Okay, Shema, thank you. If you remember the color, I can use it. You can write the color right here. Okay, okay. And I can also, this will help. Then again, I'm gonna go and select the fuzzy tool like this, and then go back to the bucket. Where is it? Yeah. Let me try something, by the way. See if this will make things quicker for us. Okay, so this is much easier. Instead of every time going and selecting your letter, now all of the letters that are selected, you're just gonna color them like this. Okay, that's enough. None. Now I'm gonna again select the black one, and I will now go to the bucket and choose the red color. I suppose it was a color like this. So as I said, you're supposed to write the color name right here, the code of the color, but because I don't know it, I'm just gonna assume it was this color. Sorry guys, I'll check the chat in a minute. Almost done. Select none. Okay, so here you go. That's how you get rid of the background and you color the logo and the names. أولين كنتي تقدرين تدزينا عن طريق إيميل. Thank you, Fennec. So Fennec, she sent us the colors name. You're just gonna delete this and copy. Okay. So this is the yellow one. And I suppose the second one is the red one. Delete, paste, and okay. See? Thank you, Fennec. مو مشكلة أولين. Anyways, this is that. I think I'm not sure, but I suppose there was another question. Mausuran oi GH شهر برسيار بو بوين هلا بجا جروبك أول شهر برسيار بو. Okay, an example. Okay, I'm gonna do that for you as well. Anyways, then you're gonna save it and so on. But I want to try something else. For example, we can have another layer, or yeah, why not? Let's make the same logo as the morning session. We had one as in the morning session. So first you can have, for example, if we have Halabja group and their logo is consisted from You created it? Oh, for the afternoon? What about the morning? Okay, that's fine. Something else? Okay. Okay, then I'm gonna do that. If I have this writing here, this is a bit too big. Maybe 50. Okay. It's okay. For example, I have this writing, and now I want to make a logo for it, which should be consistent. Or you have a customer, for example, they come to you and they're like, we have this name, and we want you to come up with a logo that consists of the first letters of both words from B and E. Okay. What are you gonna do? So it's a good idea if you, for example, you come up with the first word the first letter, maybe change it to something else. Uh, Times New Roman bold. I'm gonna choose the font style, and then I'm gonna write B, and then I'm gonna create this a layer for it, and then let me have another one. I'm gonna write E. Sorry, so the font style is Times New Roman again, the bold type, and then letter E, another layer, and now I'm gonna move it. First of all, let me have this layer selected. Maybe something like this. Okay. Be careful. Once there's the hand pointer, you will not be able to move it. If you try to move it, you will be moving the background. But once you see there's a hand pointer, but once it changes to the moving symbol, you can just click on it and move it around. So I think this is a nice logo for what I have. Okay, now that we reviewed these two, let's move on or move back to the tools. File. Maybe let me first have a photo. We're gonna need this. Let's have a flower as usual, or a cat. Mm. I think this is fine. Copy image. I like this one. Okay, file, create from clipboard. Okay, so we've just tried the moving tool, and this is alignment tool. You can align the photo if you want to. Let's try. We tried the select by color tool as well. It's not handy always, but sometimes it is. If for example, I want to delete the background of this photo, if inside the photo we don't have any color that exists in the background, then it will be very beneficial. But let's try the fuzzy select. If I select here, you can see this area is selected for me because they're like this, the same type of color and everything, texture. So you can go ahead and press the delete button on the keyboard if you want to remove it, get rid of that part of the background. Delete. Like this. It might take a while, but it's fine. Or let's try the okay. Yeah, as Mom Sasoran says, you need to have patience if you're gonna work as a graphic designer because it takes a lot of details and patience. Okay, so if I use the select by color tool, you can see it selects more area for me, but at the same time, you can see there's a part of the cat's eye that that contains this type of color, it will be deleted as well if I delete it. Okay, you see there's a part of it is deleted actually. And if I select this part, you can see the black in the cat, it will be deleted as well. So it's gonna ruin it. So for it really depends on what you have. Um, uh, Sometimes the select by color tool is more beneficial, and sometimes the fuzzy select tool is more beneficial. Okay. Control Z. I just wanted to try it with you. None. Okay, then we have what? We have a crop tool. For example, if you want to crop out a part of here, for example, if I now crop it, only this part, the one that is colored, that is bright, that part only uh, will remain. Everything else will go. Now I press enter on the keyboard and all of the photo is removed except for the part that I cropped, okay? Control Z. And then we have rotate tool. For example, I can rotate to the right or to the left, depending on what I want, like this. Or even from this little pop-up right here, you can, for example, select the angle, the center, X and Y. Or from this area, you can select in which direction or in which alignment you want the rotation to happen. We also have this point right here. This is the point at which the rotation will be done around. For example, now the rotation is happening right around this point. It's like if this is uh, a nail or a screw is put right here, and the photo it moves around it. Okay, anyways, let me get rid of this. And then we have what? We have a scale tool. This is for scaling. If you want to make it bigger or smaller like that, and now it's happening right around this corner. Or you can give it the width and the height from here, and this is by pixel. You can change the unit to person, inch, millimeters, and so on. I prefer it to be the same size. Okay. We also have shear tool. So this is somehow good if you're trying to make the photo to look a bit 3D or for any other purpose that you have, but this is what it does. And then we also have the shear magnitude X and Y. So if you, for example, give the shear magnitude on the x-axis, it will be making it move around horizontally, but when you give it a value on the y, it will be moving around vertically, like this. Okay. Okay. What else? We have flip tool. Let me check. Kak Salim, actually, it's not that hard for the background, especially if it's one color. It will be really easy. I've just did it. If you want me to do it again, I will do it again. Just write for me in the chat. Okay, so where were we? I think in the flip. Yeah, we have the flip tool. So for the flip, we have X and, we have horizontal and vertical. You can either flip it towards the right or the left or up and down, like this. So how do I make it to flip or vertically up and down? I can either select from here manually, or you can just press the control, okay, on the keyboard. Now I'm pressing the control on the keyboard and then clicking on it. It will be doing it for me vertically. You can see, just look at here. When I press the control, the vertical one will be selected. I'm not doing it with the mouse. Okay. What else do we have? Perspective tool. So for the perspective, you can see how it's moving around. You choose from which corner you want to move the photo around. You can select it. For example, you wanted to move it around from this direction. You can just click on the corner and then move it around however you want. And it will give you the matrix right here. Reset, I don't want anything. Then we have 3D transform tool. So this is the 3D transform tool. Obviously, you have the XYZ angles, and you can either move it around however you like from here or from here. It is up to you. We have offset, we have vanishing point. It really depends on your intention and what you want the outcome to be. Okay, we had the bucket list. So for the bucket list, sorry, for the bucket fill tool, it's just a coloring tool, but it will not color for you point by point. It will color a bigger area for you. And then we have a gradient tool. I'm going to use that soon. We have paintbrush, we have pencil. For example, you can, this is the color that I have right now. You can just draw whatever you want. This is the brush. And for the pencil, normally it is a bit smaller, should be smaller, but you can also, it depends on your brush. For example, you can reduce the size like this. From here, we have aspect ratio, angle, hardness, spacing, force. These are really like details on this side. Also, for the type of the pencil, you have several options. For example, you have normal, you have dissolve, behind, color erase. You can also erase stuff by it using the pencil, merge split, lighten, and so on. Depends on your purpose. Then we have airbrush tool. For the airbrush tool, it's like an airbrush painting type. It's not gonna be as concentrated as the pencil. See, it's less concentrated. If the size is bigger, maybe it will be more visible for you, like this. Yeah, it's not as concentrated. It's kind of transparent, unless you move around on the same area a lot. Then you can see this is actually is opaque now. It's not transparent. Okay, and then we have ink tool. This is ink, حبر. You can see it's really concentrated. You also have details down here. We also have the shape of the ink. You can now it was circular, and I can have a square. For example, you can see it's a square. We can also have this diamond shape. Okay. Okay, so we have so many options. It really depends on what you want to do. And this is erase, by the way. So if I erase this, you can see right after this, I will have the background because this is the only layer that I have. Okay. Okay. We have clone tool, we have healing tool, we have smudge. I like the smudge. For these two, I will bring another photo. But for the smudge is like you blend it, okay? For example, you blend this color of the fur of the cat with the background. it becomes blended. It's not as concentrated. There are no lines anymore. There are no hashed lines. It's just the two colors, you mix them like this. I'm not erasing it, by the way. I'm just smudging it. I'm blending it together. Okay. Um, we have blur, for example. Okay, let me undo these. For example, I want the focus to be on the cat only. I want everything else in the background to be not sharp. Actually, let me get another photo for this. Um, um, maybe this one. File. Okay. The quality is terrible. Let me get another one. Okay, maybe this one. شيماء بشيلة بلا بنظر جانا. Okay, I'm gonna come back to file, create from clipboard. Now I want everything else except for the cat to be blurry. I'm gonna click on blur, and let me, the size is actually kind of small. I want a bigger size. You can see the details right here. Once I put the blur on it, it's blurry. It's not as detailed anymore. Okay, this is better. You can see the details, they just vanish after I put the blurring brush on it. Okay, is this clear? Yeah, we missed a bit here. Okay. Select none. Okay, now everything is blurry except for the cat, even though the cat from the photo, even this part of it is blurry, but not the face, at least. That's the blur. And then we have dodge burn tool. You can see it's like it gets a bit lighter the area you put the brush on it. This is what happens to burn photos. That's why it's called burn. Um, and then we have paths tool. This is an interesting tool. Okay. Sorry. That was. So it even shows you the tangent, and you can change it the way you want to. Okay, that's that. And then we have the text tool, we use this, and then we had the color picker tool. For example, we said, when do we use this? For example, I want the color of the inside of the cat's ears. How do I get that color? It will take me a while if I were to go around the colors and try to find the exact same, or maybe even I'm pretty sure I'll not come up with the right color. To make that easier, we're gonna use the color picker tool. I will just click on here, and you can see that color has been picked up. That's exactly the color inside his ears, and I have it. Okay, then we have measure tool, and then we have zoom tool. As for the measure, um, You can see here, right here, it will give you the angle and in pixels as well. This is more used in the mathematical aspects. Anyways, for the zoom tool, we have zoom in and zoom out right here. Again, we can use the control if you want to select the zoom in. Okay, it's gonna be zoomed out. If I press control and hold it, and now I click on it, it will be zoomed in. Okay. Then I said we're gonna use the healing tool on another photo. Scar on face. Okay. For example, we have this photo. Create. Okay. We have this photo, and if we want to get rid of this scar, the best option is, it's not a good idea if I just go try to come up with the color and then use a brush. You can try it though. For example, first of all, I'm gonna use the color picker tool. I'm gonna click on here. I have the skin color. Now I will go back to the brush. By the way, the size is too big. And if I do it like this, it's really visible. You can see. Okay, a better option is what? Is the healing tool. First of all, you'll need to select the photo, but first, I think the brush is still too big. I'm gonna make it just a bit smaller. Okay, like this. And then if I want to pick a color, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna press Control and then click on the place that I want to pick the color from. And then now I can apply this color. You can see it's much more less visible than the one I use with the brush, right? Okay, for this area, I can see the skin is a bit darker, but here the skin is much lighter. I might need to change the color again. So I'm gonna go here near the scar and I'm gonna click on, press the control again. So I select this color right here and then use it on the scar down here. I think it's good, it's not bad. What about this area? We still have this area. And if you don't like the color, you feel like it's too visible, you can go ahead and select another another color from another area on the face. See which one is better, you feel like it's better. Maybe this area, control. Yeah, I think it's better. Anyways, and then for this area, I'm gonna come here and press on control and then erase or heal this area as well. Control Z, I think that was a bit a lot. Okay. I think that's fine. What else? I think I didn't talk about the shapes or scissor. Okay, let's move back to the scissor. For example, if I want to cut the background off, I can use the scissor. As for the scissor, the good thing about it is it will try to edit, for example, the lines that you try to draw by its own and cut out the background perfectly for you. Let me zoom in a bit. Oh, maybe here. Okay. Like this. Okay, we don't want the hair as well. You can see where the color is actually visible, it tries to draw a more straight line, or let's say cut out that part for you better. Let's say I want to cut out this area. Oops. It's because actually, it's my bad. It's because I didn't cut it out well. There was still another part of it I should have cut, but I was being lazy. Okay, we can try to try somewhere else. For example, on this cat because it's more visible. Mm, or from here. Hmm? Cut out the eyes. Okay. Okay, we can try that. We can cut out the eyes. Thank you. Okay, now that I have this part, I can actually just delete it if I want to. Now you can see the eye is cut it out or is deleted. If you want to do the same thing to the other eye, you can do it as well. So what do you do once you select all of it? And once it's all of the dots are connected, the first to the last one, you're gonna press enter on the keyboard, and you can see it's selected now. You can, for example, delete it if you want to, or you could just color it another color, or whatever you do to it, or make it another layer. That's your choice, but that's how you use the scissor. Okay, let me, we have free select. It's like you can draw the part you want to be selected. You can also just delete the selected part if you want to, is just another option. Okay, what else? We had the shapes. For example, if I want a rectangle right here, and then if I want to color it, of course, if I do it like this, I'll have to, it will be colored like that. Why? Because this is the background color is, it consists of several different colors. First of all, you will have to use the fuzzy selector or the select by color, or you can have another thing. For example, here, since the background is only white, this is going to be much easier for the shapes. Let's have this rectangle, and now I want to color it this color. I'm going to go to the bucket fill tool, and then, oh, I didn't actually click on enter. Now I can either use that, or I can also cut it out and make it a layer. For example, I can do that. Layer. Where is it? There you go. Now the rectangle is colored. I can also have what? I can have ellipse shape. This could be a circle or an ellipse like this. Let's have this color. Okay. There you go. So I think I talked about the most important things that you have taken so far. Do you have any questions? If not, we'll start practicing. And let me not forget, on Sunday, you will still have a quiz in graphic design.